This is QTV News coming to you live from our studios on Caribou Avenue. I am Ashma Uba. Thanks for joining us. Here are the main news headlines. Following a courtesy call on President Barrow, the U.S. Ambassador at large for Global Criminal Justice, Beth Van Schacht, revealed that the U.S. government has arrested and charged a former member of ex-President Jammeh's hit squad, the Junglers, with 6 counts of torture. 734 blocks of suspected cocaine weighing 800 kilograms has been confiscated by the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency of the Gambia, and 6 suspects have been arrested. The world's largest annual gathering of partners on ending female genital mutilation has commenced on Monday, bringing together over 100 participants from 17 countries in Africa. Mansa Colley, a basic school and secondary school in Brikama Jalambang in the West Coast region, is celebrating after achieving 100% success rate in the recently held National Junior Secondary School exams. In sports news, more than 30 runners competed in the maiden Funi Kansala Road race over a distance of 5 kilometers and 3 kilometers, which was organized to promote peace and unity. Those were made headlines. Now the news in detail. The U.S. Ambassador at large for Global Criminal Justice, Van Schacht, revealed on Monday that the U.S. government has arrested and charged with 6 counts of torture a former member of ex-President Jammeh's hit squad, the Junglers. She was speaking to reporters following a closed-door meeting with President Barrow at the State House. Antumana Isunyasi reports.
Accompanied by the U.S. Ambassador to the Gambia, Sharon Cromer, and Daniel Capone, political and economic officer at the U.S. Banjul Embassy. Ambassador Beth Van Schacht's visit comes just a few months after the Gambian government issued a white paper on the Truth Commission's findings and recommendations. This followed over 2 years of investigations into human rights abuses and violations under the Jammeh-led administration, most of which is said to have been state-sanctioned. She tells reporters that this courtesy call is a strong demonstration of Washington's uncompromising support to the country's transitional justice process, especially the implementation of the Truth Commission's recommendations. And though she did not disclose the name of the former member of ex-President Jammeh's hit squad, she says he is already in the custody of the U.S. State Department and has been charged with 6 counts of torture.
One thing he acknowledged is that there are some capacity gaps within your system, and so there might be ways for the United States and the international community to help fill those gaps with expertise. We are a strong partner in this regard, and we are really looking forward to continuing that. I also was able to give him a quick readout of a case in the United States against one of the Junglers who was found living in Denver. And so charges have been brought against that individual, 6 counts of torture and 1 count of conspiracy to commit torture.
And while giving assurance of the U.S. government's full support, she says the Gambia is a global leader in the fight against rights abuses, and cites the case of the Rohingya Muslims in Myanmar, which is being championed by the Gambia at the International Court of Justice, and the setting up of what she describes as a Truth Commission, whose composition and work is admired by the world.
As you may know, the Gambia is a leader in international justice. It has a wonderful reputation abroad. It has taken the lead in bringing a case before the International Court of Justice involving the genocide against the Rohingya Muslim minority in Burma, Myanmar, and you've also had a very successful transitional justice process. Your Truth Commission is a model, I think, for other places in the world in terms of being holistic, listening to the victims, understanding what they experienced under the Jammeh regime, and looking for ways to help heal those wounds.
Until her nomination on October 21st, 2021, by President Joe Biden as Ambassador at large for Global Criminal Justice, Van Schacht served as Deputy to the Ambassador at large for war crimes issues in the Office of Global Criminal Justice at the State Department. In her current role, she advises the Secretary of State and other department leadership on issues related to the prevention of and response to atrocity crimes, including war crimes, crimes against humanity, and genocide. Ansumane Sonyasi for QTV News.
Now, 734 blocks of suspected cocaine weighing 800 kilograms has been confiscated by the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency of the Gambia, and 6 suspects have been arrested. Mumdu Lamincho reports.
Displayed at this National Drug Law Enforcement Agency's complex are bags containing 734 blocks of suspected cocaine. This huge drug seizure followed an operation by drug law enforcement operatives, which led to the arrest of 6 suspects last week, 1 Gambian and 5 Sierra Leoneans, including a woman.
At Salaji Paradise Estate is where the Drug Law Enforcement Agency officials or operatives launched an operation at Wednesday night. And behind me, you can see a building. It is where 733 blocks of cocaine were recovered by the Drug Law Enforcement operatives, and 3 suspects were also arrested. This place is believed to be the storage point where the 734 blocks of cocaine were stored in the country.
In another stage of investigations, and as legally required, the suspects witnessed the process of weighing and preliminary analysis of the seized suspected cocaine. This is also done for transparency and confirmation. Burama Jame, a narcotic control superintendent, is doing the gross weighing of the blocks of suspected cocaine.
The presence of the accused person is very important. They need to know the substance that they were arrested with, how much does it weigh. And the weight of it will determine the charges. We're going to prefer against them.
After weighing comes the preliminary analysis. All the results of the suspected drugs analyzed have turned positive for cocaine. Pasamba Bojang is a narcotic control deputy commissioner, who is the commissioner of the scientific unit.
We are doing sampling because it's a suspected product as of now. I think from day one they never told you it's a suspected product. We're going to take sample for analysis, and whatever the outcome of that analysis will be tendered as a subject matter in court to see what this subject is all about.
The Public Relations Office of the Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Usman Seidiba, has this update on the results of the weighing and preliminary analysis.
As you have witnessed, the preliminary analysis was conducted, and they indicate the presence of cocaine, while the confirmatory test will be done in the lab. Also, after weighing it, it weighed 840 kilograms, 300 grams.
It is said this is the first time there has been such a light drug seizure by drug law enforcement operatives in the Kanifing municipality. Commissioner Juma Sow is the Drug Law Enforcement Agency's regional commissioner for KM.
This is a very tactical operation that we did, and actually we've been surveying these people for more than almost close to 2 months. We've been gathering intelligence on them until, luckily for us, we were able to apprehend them.
The total drugs seized are estimated to be worth more than $1 billion. It is the biggest drug seizure since the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency recorded its largest drug seizure of nearly 3 tons of cocaine. The suspects for this latest seizure are expected to appear in court soon. Mahmoud Lamin Choi, QTV News.
Now, the world's largest annual gathering of partners on ending female genital mutilation has commenced on Monday, bringing together over 100 participants from 17 countries for a 5-day dialogue and consultation on ending FGM. Ajibuntu Drame tells us more.
The gathering will discuss strategies, share experiences, and devise a roadmap to end FGM in the next 8 years, in line with the global promise to end FGM by 2030. Thereby fulfilling the UN Sustainable Development Goal 5. The UNFPA and UNICEF jointly host the annual technical consultation, and the Gambia is hosting the event this year for the first time. Gordon Jonathan Lewis, UNICEF representative in the Gambia, emphasized the need to position the rights of girls and women at the heart of global conversations on the protection of fundamental human rights.
The use of evidence by policymakers and practitioners to direct policy and practice is critical so that efforts at all levels yield results at scale. And I'll give you one example. Research uncovering the magnitude of cross-border FGM hotspots led to policymakers from Ethiopia, Kenya, Somalia, Uganda, and Tanzania committing to work together to end FGM.
more than 200 million girls and women have experienced female genital mutilation, and at least 4 million girls are at risk of undergoing the practice each year, according to UNFPA The Gambia. Launched in 2008 and now in its fourth phase of implementation, the joint program has provided preventive, protective and care services to more than 3.2 million girls and women, and some 31.6 million people in 15 countries with high FGM prevalence have made public declarations to abandon the harmful practice. Fatou Kinte, the Minister of Gender, Children and Social Welfare, states that huge strides have been registered over the years in the fight to end FGM in the Gambia.
We can discuss it at all fora, involving everybody. I think we have made a big achievement. Let's remember, FGM is a very sensitive topic to discuss. I've been part of the joint program for 10 years. These consultations have attended for 10 years. And I know where we came from and where we are today when it comes to FGM discussions. So I want to believe we have made a big achievement. But we will not relent. We'll push forward, push and push until we get a zero FGM in this country.
The former Speaker of the Children's National Assembly of the Gambia calls on UN bodies and partners to be committed in protecting the rights of the child.
We are recommending to the government of the Gambia to properly implement the FGMC laws and safeguard women and girls through the SINAC in order to achieve the goals of Agenda 2030. However, we are appealing to UNICEF to continue their usual support to the children of the Gambia, especially the girl child, in combating FGMC through SINAC.
The annual technical consultation is expected to draw conclusions and make recommendations based on lessons learned from implementing the program. The meeting will also enable countries to network and share experiences and strategies to inspire more people to take a stand against harmful practices. Ajibintu Drame, QTV News.
That story by Ajibintu will lead us to a commercial break, but when we return, we have more local as well as sports news stories for you. Do stay tuned.
Wait, LG, thank you. Yup. Thanks to LG ThinQ, I can operate and get cycle updates from my AIDD front-load washing machine without even stepping foot in the laundry room. I can be busy with rehearsals on a conference call and still do my laundry, or watching series glued to my couch and too lazy to get up. My life made easy with LG ThinQ.
As the fastest growing GSM company in the Gambia, QCell has the widest 4G plus coverage in the country, 3 times faster internet speed than our competitors. So switch now and dial *335# and enjoy what true 4G feels like. QCell, the Gambia's trusted network.
Welcome back. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV News with me, Ashma Uba. Now, Mansakoli Bojang, a basic cycle and secondary school in Brikama Jalambang in the West Coast region, on Saturday celebrated the school's success in the recently held National Junior Secondary School exams after registering a 100% success rate. Ansumane Isonyase visited the school and he now reports.
This is Mansakoli Bojang Basic Cycle and Secondary School. Situated in the West Coast region, the school is rapidly gaining national prominence after registering an impressive 100% passes in the recently held National Junior Secondary School exams. Established in 2011, the school started as a kindergarten then expanded into a primary, junior and eventually senior secondary school. The proprietor, Mukhtar Yankuba Bojang, says the school's rise to national prominence is the culmination of joint efforts and a strong community-driven desire to succeed.
Well, I love education because it's the way forward, and I realized I was very lucky. Over the years, I had friends and I got them motivated in terms of education to come in, because kids from this area never had the opportunity. And we started it with the nursery, about 33 students, and now we have over 1,400 kids now.
Keba Sonkoba and Dembo E.S. Bojang, teacher and chairman of the Parent-Teacher Association, respectively, expressed delight at the school's recent success and renewed their commitment to supporting the school's administration to continue to excel in the coming years.
You could see that our students have got that maybe stamina to stand anywhere to express themselves, because we've given them the opportunity. There is no student that is left behind. Whether they are physically able or not, we are there to make sure every student get what they deserve. So as a school, I think that has been our engine.
And we have highly involved the Parents Association in this, and they are working closely with the teachers. So this has made us do a lot, in terms of academics.
Majula Conte and Abdullah Sane are students at the school. They say learning at Mansa Koli Bojang is made easy thanks to the conducive learning environment and the excellent teachers they have.
Well, so far the school has helped me be more decent, as like when we are in the school, our dress codes are always monitored, and like we don't speak local languages in the school.
The school environment, like, it is very good, and the academic here is very good, and also they teach us how to be good people in the future.
Lamin Jata, the Alcalo of Brikama Jalambang, said the community of Brikama is proud of the school and called on MOPSI to support the school to maintain its reputation as one of the finest schools in the country. Most of the students here are on scholarships provided by the school with the support of the proprietor's friends in the Netherlands and the UK. Once within the school premises, all staff and students are to abide by the school's uncompromising rules, among which is the speaking of English for all staff and students. Study classes are also compulsory for all students, and the constant availability of water, electricity, a library and well-functioning IT lab create the perfect conditions for students to excel. The school also has a garden, poultry farm, and is the 6th largest producer of chicken eggs in the country. Ansmane Sonyase for KTV News.
That story will lead us to sports news. More than 30 runners competed in the maiden Fonyi Kansala Road race over distances of 5 and 3 kilometers, which was organized to promote peace and unity. Our sports reporter Mamadou Gajaga was there, and he now reports.
Under the scorching sun and humid conditions, these runners showed resilience to run and finish the race and compete for prizes available. It was the male runners who first took to the road to compete in the 5 kilometers between Kamfenda Police Checkpoint and Buyam. When the race began, some of the runners were sprinting, while others maintained a moderate pace. Musa Kujabi emerged as the winner. Omar Bojang came in second, and Ibrahim Jaju clinching third place. Winner of the 5 kilometers race, Musa Kujabi says he prepared well for the race.
Yeah, I am very happy. Everything is determination. Yes, because of I heard of it, I say I will train for it and I will make it, and then I determined that I will make it. That's why every day I just train for only on Thursday, and then on my way training, I always say that for this race I will be the champion, and then I come out with the champion. It's not only me, I'm very happy. Even my village mates are happy for that, and then entire Fonyi Kansala are happy for me.
In the women's category, it was equally competitive race across the 3 kilometers distance. Ramatullah Bari finished first, Awamani came second, and Fatu Jaju scooped the third place. Ramatullah Bari says she enjoyed the race.
I feel happy, and I'm glad we took part.
How was the race like?
The race was nice, and it was superb, in fact.
Winners in the various categories received medals and cash prizes ranging from $5,000, $4,000, $3,000, and $2,500. There were also other prizes awarded along with certificates. The National Assembly member for Fonyi Councillor Almami Jiba says the competition was organized to bring the youth of his community together, promote peace, and champion the cause of development.
We all know when we started the event, no political affiliation, no color has saying here. What we heard is sports, sports, sports. So I believe in sports, unity is strength. I believe in sports, we can cooperate together. I believe in sport, we can at least single-handedly, wholeheartedly in the maintenance of the better of Councillor.
Several National Assembly members and other dignitaries were in attendance. The dignitaries also participated in the run and as well as a walking race. Umudu Kachaga, QTV News.
Also in sports, Turekunda FC are champions after their 2-1 defeat to Gowon Port FC in the late Lamin Sam Samate Memorial Nawetan tournament held in Salikenya in the North Bank region. Don Williams attended and he now reports.
The trophy was named Lamin Sam Samate after a veteran player for Ox Football Club who passed away in 2019. The Samate family, who sponsored the tournament, and other invited guests and dignitaries attended despite the downpour. Lamin Sedi Khan, the governor of the North Bank region, explains the importance of such tournaments and call for youths to remain peaceful and united.
The intention is to create harmony and friendliness among the youths of this village, Salikenya. It's a very good occasion because it creates togetherness in the village so that the youth can understand each other, because what we need here is peace and security and solidarity among the communities in Salikenya.
Memuna Jallo Samate, the widow of the late Lamin Sam Samate, expressed her gratitude to the Samate family and friends who were in attendance.
Now, I'm thanking all the population of Salikenya, especially his childhood friend. They contribute a lot of this tournament, like Araisar, Alai Sise, Ibundur, and Ibu. They all contribute in this tournament. And the man is a veteran.
Honorable Suleiman Sao, the National Assembly member for Salikenya, who was also on the organizing committee, expressed appreciation to the invited guests for attending.
We want to first of all thank QTV for coming for this coverage to make Salikenya known to the entire Gambia. Uncle Sam Beduala for Alase Yamfakaye Almaleaso Arjanola.
There was a great atmosphere as supporters of both sides were singing, dancing, and drumming. The first goal came in the first minute of the game when Sidi Toure of Turekunda FC scored with a brilliant 25-meter shot, taking the goalkeeper by surprise. In the 57th minute, Gunport FC fell further behind. A set piece fell to the unmarked Sekusila, who headed it in for the second goal for Turekunda. As the game continued, Gunport FC piled more pressure until one of the Gunport FC players was brought down in the box and the referee pointed to the penalty spot. Gunport FC converted the spot kick with the player sending the goalkeeper the wrong way to have the deficit. However, they could not get that elusive equalizer. At full time, the score was Turekunda 2 and Gunport FC 1. The excited captain of Turekunda FC expressed his delight at the victory.
The game was okay and the referees were fair. Football is not easy and it was a contest. So I am very happy.
Prizes were awarded to the best player, best referee, best team, and highest goal scorer. The Giants Silver Samate Trophy was presented to Turekunda FC by the governor of North Bank region. Don Williams reporting for QTV News from Salikenya.
Congratulations to the winners. That's it for the news. But before we go, a recap of our main news headlines. Following a courtesy call on President Barrow, the U.S. ambassador at large for Global Criminal Justice, Van Bert Schacht, revealed that the U.S. government has arrested and charged with 6 counts of torture a former member of ex-President Jammeh's hit squad, the Junglers. 734 blocks of suspected cocaine weighing 800 kilograms has been confiscated by the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency of the Gambia, and 6 suspects have been arrested. The world's largest annual gathering of partners on ending female genital mutilation has commenced on Monday, bringing together over 100 participants from 17 countries in Africa. Mansa Koli Bojang, a basic cycle and secondary school in Brikama Jalambang in the West Coast region, is celebrating after achieving 100% success rate in the recently held National Junior Secondary School exams. In sports news, more than 30 runners competed in the maiden Fonya Councillor Rose race over a distance of 5 and 3 kilometers, which was organized to promote peace and unity. That's all for this news edition. Join us at 10 p.m. for more news. Thanks for watching.